Hello, everybody. Welcome. I want to speak today about the energy that we carry from other people. For example, we have our own energy in our aura, and that's our energy, and that comes from our soul body as well, our soul energy. However, we can also absorb other people's energy and carry it. And I wanted to do this special podcast because I feel that sometimes we're very unaware that we're still carrying people's energy, whether they are alive or actually have died, that we can still carry their energy. The reason it's not good to carry someone else's energy in your aura is because it affects you. It will affect the vibration of your own aura. It'll affect how you live your life and how you see the world. But it also affects the dynamic that you had in that relationship, that you are still connected to that person, and maybe not in a very positive way. I went around and had a look at different people, and I was really surprised to see how much of other people's energy they were carrying. And there was a direct link between having had a power relationship, an abusive relationship, a relationship where you were less than that person or were made to feel less than that person. And somehow they actually pushed their energy into your aura, and you have it in your aura. Whether they're dead or alive, you still have that energy. So I want you to start thinking about if you've had any abusive or controlling, or of course we've all had the controlling one, haven't we? Controlling or power relationships with people where you felt that they pushed their will on you. And I think that's what the energy is, that then they push their will on you against your actual will, that you have absorbed that energy and now you're carrying it around with you. When I did the work on myself, I carried my father's energy with me and not my mother's, which was interesting. I had thought I would carry my mother's too, but no, it was just my dad's. And then I was carried my husband's as well. And those two energies in me were huge. They were really, really big. And even after my dad died, I was still carrying his energy. In that way, there was still the link between us. I was still, in a sense, bound to him because I was carrying his energy on. And I think this is how some of the behaviours are passed on, and some of the things that we think and do are passed on, because it's not really us. We're actually acting on their energy, how they would have reacted or responded. I actually worked very hard at tapping up the energy and releasing it with my pendulum. I did some meditations to let it go, asked my guides to take it away, and I sent the person's energy to the light. I didn't send it back to them. I just sent that energy to the light because I didn't think it was particularly good energy that I was carrying. Then I checked within my family and some of my friends, and I found the same thing, that if they'd had any power relationship with someone, or someone had been abusive or cruel or mean to them, that they would be carrying that energy. It was sad in a way when I saw it, but it all made sense. And it also helped me understand that we're not only genetically programmed with our DNA, but that we're also, the environment that we live in with them adds to even more programming. So we might come in and have some of dad's traits or mum's traits, but then when we pick up their energy and start to carry it, those traits are even amplified. It was really quite amazing when I looked at it. I was actually amazed, and I was really shocked how much energy I was carrying, for example, from my father, who I really disliked. He wasn't a good man. I loved him as a dad, but I didn't like him. And yet I wasn't carrying my mum's energy. I thought I would be carrying my mum's energy. She was more kindly, more gentle-natured person. But I wasn't. I was only carrying his. And the reason was because he overpowered me and controlled me and abused me. So if you've had anyone in your life who's done that to you, in all different ways, it could be physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, verbally, sexually, all these ways, if you've had that, you are probably carrying their energy in your aura, because they almost psychically attacked you when they did that, and it lodged into the aura and it's been stuck there. So I want you to do some work where you start to do that. Sorry, that's our little crows that come visit us every day. He's just outside my window. The reason it's good to get rid of this energy is because it's going to disturb your own aura, and it is a negative energy, so it's not going to be good in your aura to have it, and it's a low vibration energy, and that's another reason it keeps your vibration low. You can't be your whole self, your true self, if you are actually saturated with someone else's energy. I've done a lot of work on a few people I know, and I'm going to be watching in the next few months to see if there's any shifts in their energy now that they are released from that. You can also work on other people. You can release it, you can tap on them absently, you can ask the guides to release the energy that they have from that person, particularly if that person has overpowered them in a really negative way and you think it's still affecting their life. Because in a sense you still remain a victim, perhaps while you carry that energy. It's hard to be a complete energetic survivor when you're still carrying dad around with you. I found it a most interesting thing to see this week, and the work I did, I have to see what happens with that. But I know that if we release negative energy of all sorts, toxic energy from our aura, we will get better, and our aura will be running at a higher rate, and it will be less toxic, and everything will be more smooth. I just know in my soul that if you release the negative energy that you are carrying from this person or persons, your aura will be better. Sometimes you can see it in your behavior. Sometimes you behave in certain ways or think in certain ways and it feels a little foreign to you. It's not really how I normally am, and that will be indicative of that person's energy in you. There'll also be emotions attached to that energy, like anger and fear and resentment and hate and maybe some rage even to what happened to you, and some sorrow and disappointment. So when you let that energy out, you'll be letting out those emotions as well. It also sets up a really good thing for the next life, because if you end up having lives with these people again, it's better that you are free of their energy, because you can collect it, I believe, from life to life. And that's another reason why you might have a lot. For example, I believe I had many lives with my father and my husband, and so I would have collected their energy like a sponge just by being in their presence and living with them for so many years. And that's the other thing, when you live with people in close encounters in a household, you will find that the energy will lodge more and more in your aura. It's a very interesting work to do. Do what you can. Let me know if you start to feel better. And it's a way to free ourselves from the past and to free ourselves from any kind of power abuse, anything like that. It will free us. Off you go and do some work on releasing any energy that you're holding. I think you'll find that it'll be a mother, father, and it'll be a partner, and sometimes it'll be your sons or daughters, because they can also lodge energy in you, negative energy. Perhaps it's a friend as well. It can be a friend or work colleague who you're having a power thing with you on the not such good end of the power thing. It's a very, very good thing to do, and your energy will change and you will be more of yourself, and you will not be beholden to that person. And if you meet them next life, you'll have a nice clean slate. Wishing you well for this week, and I'm sending you lots of love and lots of light.